Zuboff argues that Google is the Ford Motor Company of surveillance capitalism. They took the old model of doing business and radically transformed it. But before they became surveillance capitalists, they operated very similarly to an industrial capitalist mindset. Take the Google search bar as an example. In the early days, they treated the bar with what Zuboff calls the behavioral reinvestment cycle. When users used the search bar, Google got some usage data. Through analytics, they could figure out how to improve the search bar for a better user experience. Then users would use the search bar more, and there is a virtuous cycle of reinvestment, similar to improving cars in industrial capitalism. The twist comes when Google discovered a whole trove of data that wasn't being used at all. They called this data exhaust, or digital breadcrumbs, and it was thought at first to be useless. In the search bar, this type of data may be things like a user's grammar, tendency to capitalize, if they use punctuation in their search, or typos. Eventually, data scientists at Google figured out that this data exhaust could actually be used to predict things about their users, like their personality or interests. More importantly, though, they figured out how they could predict very specific things about users, like how they're feeling in this very moment, how they may be feeling in the future, or what their goals are. These predictions ended up becoming a gold mine as Google got into the business of allowing advertisers to carefully craft and target ads whose likelihood to make you click them was now based in behavioral predictions. And this was the turn to surveillance capitalism. Now Google's main objective was to sell prediction products to their real customers, advertisers. Instead of you being a customer to improve search for, users were now the raw materials to mine in order to make better prediction products. If you've ever heard the saying that on social media, you're the product, Zuboff argues that's wrong. The products are predictions about you, and you're actually the resources. And in the interest of making better and better predictions for advertisers, a new incentive was born to generate and mine as much behavioral data as possible from users. And Zuboff calls this the extraction imperative. This entirely changed the game of what it meant to produce and reinvest as capitalists. The old behavioral reinvestment cycle now gained an entirely new layer of machinery. The new means of production in surveillance capitalism are machine intelligence algorithms. The products are predictions, sold in a market of what Zuboff calls behavioral futures. That is, selling predictions to those who are interested in your future behavior. And this led to enormous profits. Instead of simply analyzing user data to make better tools for users, the real incentive now is to analyze user data to make better prediction products for advertisers. Changes to the actual tools the user interacts with now serve the purpose to encourage you to share more data, or behave a certain way so predictions are fulfilled. This is the transformation of the Facebook like button into a host of emoji reactions. At first, it may seem like Facebook is giving you more options to show how you feel about a post, and that's true, but it's not the main purpose of the upgrade. If you assume Facebook is operating under the extraction imperative, that they want as much behavioral data from you as possible, then it becomes clear that the emoji reactions are aimed at getting more data about your emotions. You can only infer so much from a simple like, but reading a user's sad, angry, or happy reactions could allow much better predictions about your current and future mood. And if this wasn't freaky enough, then Zuboff's conclusions about what surveillance capitalism also incentivizes will put you over the edge. In addition to simply harvesting more data from you to make about what you'll do, she says there is another way to make predictions more accurate. Change your behavior so you do what they predicted. She argues that through subtle manipulations we would never notice, companies may be trying to make us feel certain ways or do certain things. They can show you certain posts over others to make you sad, and then give you the perfect ad to take advantage of your vulnerability. Google Maps may route you in a slightly different way to make you drive or walk past a restaurant that you got a few coupon ads for earlier in the day, so you're more likely to buy their food. She calls these systems the means of behavioral modification, and argues that this is the logical end of making money off of surveillance and behavior prediction.